What's up, everybody? I'm DalkielDamion, and I'm back to play the Tainted Grail, the Fall of Avalon. Now, once again, up above my head is the little banner for the expansion of Sanctuary of Saurus. As you can see, it says launch day is here. And behind me is the free bonus content available now. So let's just click the button, continue on where we left off, and we'll have a little chit chat in just a second. So in the last episode, we got farther with the All Mother Temple quest. One-Eyed Willie. Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong guy. That's from the Goonies. We talked to King Arthur. We went on a quest to kill one of the knights who was running around, is the bad guy, I guess, killing everyone. Fire burn everything. And we got sent on another quest because we're trying to find out the secrets on how to touch Excalibur, which I'm still saying I don't think we're really going to learn, but this is the game, this is the storyline, and this is the path that we have to take in order to move forward, because I want to get through this. Okay, we can't see the map in here. Because I want to go north. I want to get to the point to where we can go see the expansion. Get to the new area. Complete some of the quests that we've been holding on to for a while now that we haven't got to do because everything was sending us north, and every time we tried to go north, it said, King Arthur would say, you can't go there. You need to finish. Blah, blah, blah. Right? So we got to the sunken village. We met Hob. I think it's Hob. And, we got to talk to him. He was just chilling on this rock in the middle of the water. And then we found a druid statue, altar, shrine, whatever. And now we're here. Uh-huh. No? Okay. So we are underground with alien pods. Yep. That's what it is. We are in the midst of alien technology. All this time. Barely legible ancient scroll. Looks pretty legible to me. What about you? What we got here? This Merlin is thy right hand, my lord, and his will I shall take thine own. Doubt not my loyalty, O king, I shall do as thou hast asked. Alright, let's skip down here. So if we're here, it says, then Merlin took. Oh, it was just one more line. Okay. Screenshot that. You can pause it and read it word for word if you so choose. Let's see. So help me, All Mother. Let my sword rest in the courtyard of the horns. Okay. Take that. talk. We're gonna talk to the egg. All right.
You are not him. You are different.
Because I'm not a him. Of course I'm different. I'm a female warrior. Here to kill you. Smash your egg.
I am Sewal Firstfoot, the one who scouted the land before the traitor Arthur set foot on it.
Traitor?
I was loyal. I was devoted. Arthur wanted more. Arthur betrayed me.
No.
Yes, it is my legacy. The jewel of the South, the safe haven of honorable men. I've been here for so long, it doesn't matter anymore. The Dalriata promised me revenge. They understand what happened here. Everyone who comes here has the right to ask.
Ask what?
I was the most loyal of Arthur's men. I was the first to go ashore and take on any danger that might arise in this new and unfamiliar land. Then came the war. I fought by his side, shielded him with my own body. I trusted him. But Arthur wanted more. Arthur longed to possess a power equal to that of our enemies. So Merlin decided our king must first become immortal. Only then could he achieve greatness. But Merlin needed volunteers. Trusted people to go first to make sure that his methods were effective. So we wouldn't risk Arthur's life in trying to grant him immortality. They thought I had died, so they buried me. Arthur's greed and Merlin's obsession made me what I am now. Arthur should have made sure. They thought I was dead, but I heard everything. I know there were others after me. I know that the king didn't hesitate to do anything to achieve his goal. He experimented on all the knights, abusing their oath. He told them it was for the greater good. Their lives, our lives, meant nothing to him.
I think you got your memories are a little, foggy and twisted. I mean, you've been down here for how many decades, centuries, eons? What? I mean, come on. You don't know. You've been in an egg.
Arthur doomed his people to eternal suffering. Their names forgotten. Their loyalty abused. He sacrificed the lives of the noblest of men. And this is the greatest possible betrayal. We cannot be helped. We cannot be killed. The Dalriata promised to burn down Camelot, avenge the memory of all my brothers. Camelot was built on betrayal. People have the right to live in truth. But when Camelot falls, we will finally be free. Build a new world. Let the dead leave this one.
Dude, no.
Kill us.
Okay. All right. Absolutely. Your wish is my command. Die. Die. Straight in the head.
Avenge us.
Oh, look, the arrow is... Aw. It's just stuck. Aw. No.
And? What do you think? Well, you look at it this way. Sewal, the founder of the famous stronghold in the south, Arthur's legendary aide and his trusted friend, in reality, meant nothing to him. I feel bad for him, when I think about it, 600 years spent in a tomb, fully aware. But what does it matter? I mean, perhaps it doesn't matter to you or me, but there are people who'll be shattered by it. It'll open their eyes and disprove everything they believed in until now. I couldn't come up with it if I tried. I didn't even have to try because it's all true. To some extent, at least. Oh, maybe not. But who cares what actually happened? At first glance, it's proof enough of how corrupt Camelot is. How Arthur used his most loyal friend, the founder of the Horns of the South, for his own gain. How he doomed him to eternal suffering. Who cares if it's true? Can't you see how powerful this message is? Even if it's just a fable, it's a different fable than the one we've already been told, eh? It's definitely more powerful than all the hogwash we've been fed for all these years.
No.
Well, now we found ourselves in what I'd probably call a clusterfuck. And somehow you unwittingly became the most important person in the region, because your decision will change how the entire situation unfolds. You see, the boys from the Horns of the South are split down the middle. Some will back me, but others won't, understand what I'm trying to do. The latter, like Feargas, are the traditionalists, and they know me a little bit too well. If I came to them with this revelation, they'd think it was a conspiracy. But if someone from the outside, someone Feargas trusts, steps in and convinces him, you see where I'm going with this? Oh, talking to you is like talking to a herring. Let me be blunt. It is a conspiracy, but it doesn't matter what it is or how it looks like, so long as it works. Our only hope for the future, for any future, is aligning with the Dalrita. In order for this to happen, my keepers need to see how rotten Camelot is. Is it rotten now? Yes, definitely. Was it rotten in the times of the king? I don't care. But the hope that it was, the ideal that people cling to, that's what people still believe in. And that faith is precisely what needs to be torn out of their hearts if we're to see any tomorrow. So, what's it going to be? Will you help me save the South? That's what I wanted to hear. I knew I could count on you. Go talk to Feargas, get him to visit this place. After you're done, please visit me in the temple. I just hope Feargas shows some sense and doesn't let his pride take over.
Wait a minute. Where's my secret? This had nothing to do with the secret. Well, did I miss something? I thought he was supposed to tell me. See, I do all these quests for these people, and then
That was the most painful thing I heard. I didn't know. I had no idea this is what happened to him. There were other things that required my attention. We were losing the war. I was needed everywhere. I should have paid more attention to what Merlin was doing. I shouldn't have let go. Perhaps. I cannot say for certain. My memory remains too clouded. It seems familiar. I do not feel my soul bound to it, but I know our path shall lead us here, one way or another. Something lingers beyond this gate, something ancient. That much I know. We'll find the truth soon enough.
Did I miss something? Am I missing something? Did I completely blank out? We found the gong there. What's the gong? Oh man, dude. You know what? It's getting late, so I'm seriously having like a... Did we learn about the gong? Wow. Maybe I should just stop and go to bed. This is... Wow. I thought that dude said he was gonna tell us the secret how to get the thing, and then... Oh my god, dude. It's me. How are you? Hello. What's your name?
Oh, a new face. I haven't seen you before.
I haven't seen you before either.
I'm Marg, a hunter in the service of the Horns of the South. Everything is interesting around here, but ultimately, it depends on what you're looking for. No. Because I'm not an interesting person. You need to understand that when someone enlists with the Horns of the South, he leaves his former self outside the walls of the keep. His old life, it loses all meaning. If someone comes here and gets political, well, they'll end up disappointed. Well, I don't know if you're aware, but becoming the captain is a curse for any true keeper. It's not the honor others on Avalon seem to think it is. Because the captain answers to Camelot and its representative, Galahad. So every captain needs to get political, whether he likes it or not. And the current Galahad is a real piece of shit. He burns people under any pretext whatsoever, or none at all. He sows terror. I have no respect for the man.
Well, he's dead. Oh.
I'm self-sufficient enough not to have to ask for help. However, I suppose I could help you. I could share some things I found out during my hunts.
Awesome. We'll do this one and then we'll look at the shop.
So he shares the same fate as his minions. Ironic, don't you think? Well, at least we'll have some peace and quiet around here again. And the dead might be restless for a bit. But I'm sure Hwaradak will put them back to sleep. Aye, I do. He's a very pleasant fellow. I may not be very fond of his masters, but well, who am I to judge a man For the oaths he's bound to. And he has a lot of respect for the dead. I wouldn't mind having someone like him looking after me after I finally shuffle off this mortal coil. You fought and you won. That's all that matters to me. We're both busy individuals. And maybe one day, if Avalon permits, we'll share this tale by the campfire. But for now, let's focus on what's in front of us. Since you've proven you're brave enough to face the undead, I take it you're not afraid of the night either, are you? I might have another job for you if you're interested. A little while ago, another traveler came through here bragging that he found a place where you could easily gather ethereal cobwebs. He was supposed to return with proof, but, well, I'm afraid he may have met an unfortunate end, as often happens. But I'm still curious about the place he mentioned. It's just a stranger who wanted to share the fire for a while. I never ask his name. I didn't see the point. There are those on Avalon who love the thrill of braving the night. They don't usually live very long. I think he mistook me for a kindred spirit. But the problem is, ethereal cobwebs can only be gathered at night. And I'm not exactly keen on needlessly putting myself at the mercy of the weirdness. I've got obligations to the keep and my brothers in arms. I can't let them starve or freeze just because I'm a little curious, can I?
Well, yeah, why not?
When you wander through the weirdness and observe the creatures it has altered, you'll notice a strange substance covering them. That's ethereal cobweb. But no one knows where it comes from, although some scholars suspect it's the weirdness in its tangible form. I thought it could only be harvested from the bodies of those changed by the weirdness. But if that traveler was right, then there might be an easier way.
Okay.
Or to build a weirdness-repelling fire, of course. Look, if you're ever out at night with no safe place to shelter, ethereal cobwebs can save your life. It's like a temporary personal menhir. That's good. Hand me a map. I don't know the exact location, but you should find it in this area. Good luck.
Well, thanks. Cool. Oh, we could take it. It's not stealing. We could take all this leather too. Yeah. We didn't do it. We didn't do it. You didn't see us do it. Wasn't us. Some food. Not like we eat. I don't think I don't think I have that on. We're doing this story. I mean, when we do the evil playthrough, we'll beef up we'll beef it up. Yeah. We'll have a lot of fun goofing off. But yeah, so cool. So that was the question mark. We will move on to the next area. We'll go do... Well, we gotta go back to... Horns of the South. I wonder if... They said we have to figure out how to fix it. So maybe the blacksmith might be able to help us. Let's see what we got here. Got.
It's nice to have a break.
Oh, really? And here I thought the Horns of the South had no secrets left to hide from me. But go ahead. Surprise me. Have I ever mentioned I'm not a big fan of your sense of humor? Now, tell me what you really want, or walk away. In silence, preferably. This isn't funny. I'm no Galahad, burning people at the stake for heresy, but I don't appreciate this kind of behavior either. Still, judging by the look on your face, you actually believe you've stumbled onto something important. All right then. I'll go and check it out. See what's got you so worked up. It might even be nice to get out of here for a change. I saw what you wanted me to see. We need to talk. Honestly, I'm not sure what to think. Everything I believed has been seriously challenged. I need some time to get used to it. Why did you show this to me? Because it could be that I'd be better off not knowing. What they did to Sewal is unthinkable and absolutely unforgivable. What will the other keepers say? What will happen to the Horns of the South? And what about Camelot? Everything we believed was a lie. You're right. In the end, it doesn't matter what Camelot was back then. What matters is what we are now. And we did everything in our power to keep the South safe, and to keep our lighthouse on through every storm. But this will be the end of the Horns of the South. No young man will join our ranks when hundreds of years of our history are gurgling down the drain. Any ideas?
Dude, wait, what is happening here? Well, whoa. Pump the brakes, man. Hold on. So now we're gonna make, all right. Well, hopefully something's gonna be about me. We'll make it about me. How about that? You're the fortress that stood up against Camelot's corruption and got rid of. Well, technically, you kind of did, but I did all the work. Oh, now the middle one. The middle one sounds really good. You didn't let the past break you, and you decided to make your own future. I like the middle one. I think the middle one is fair. Because I'm the one who killed Galahad. They had nothing to do with it. And I only did it because I wanted the secrets to touch Excalibur.
It sounds better than the alternative. That we're a bunch of fools believing in children's fables of knightly honor, valor, and purity. And we'll have to give everyone some hope to cling to after the truth about Sewal comes out. All right. I assume Brandon put you up to this, so you can go and congratulate him. He won. I'll support this case, if only for the safety and well-being of our boys. I don't have to like it one bit, but I can try to make it easier for the garrison.
Oh boy. Run back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like, he couldn't have found, you know, a simpler way or closer spot.
You must really like it here, huh?
Yes.
It's strange. I've spent most of my life barely seeing anybody who was an evoker, let alone anybody outside Del Rida. And I definitely haven't met many people willing to come up and chatter endlessly at me.
Well, you're hot, so why not? You could say I'm a bit of an odd nut. Yeah, let's say that one.
Aye, you've proven that for sure. Why? My tribe is lost. They've been stumbling around in the dark for years. I tried to push them, to remind them of our pride, to make something out of them again. But when even my own sister turned her back on me, I gave up. One Eye's campaign felt like a gift fae mither. First one since I was born. Aye, an older one. I thought she'd help me bring the Volker back to what we used to be. But she turned out just like the rest of them. She only cared about her books, no the tribe. We fought about it so much, until I finally told her to leave. And she just did. Never even looked back. My tribe believes Mither has abandoned us, that we deserve it. Maybe they're right. But I don't think the answer is just to give up and wait for death. We need to prove that we're worthy of being her children again. And I believe the best way to do that is by breaking Camelot's grip on Avalon. Because he has a goal that's worth fighting for. And he plans to achieve it. After living in a tribe with no direction, no ambition. It's refreshing. I'm not here to seek an honourable death. I want a better life, one with real meaning. Otherwise, I'll be nae better than the rest of my kin. Stay out of trouble.
Ah, you're back. So, what news do you bring? Did you talk to Feargas? Good. Just as I expected. I do feel for the boy. He really loved Camelot. Probably the last truly loyal keeper. But he had to know the truth. I knew his honour wouldn't let him hide it from the others in the Horns. Nicely done. Now, I'll get One Eye, and together we'll go to the Horns with the good news. Not everyone will be happy about it, but that's for me to deal with. Those who don't support us will be released from their oath, and I'll ensure they're safe until they leave the South. After that, whatever they choose to do is up to them.
Brothers, today marks a new chapter in the history of the Horns of the South. Today, we put an end to fear and poverty. I understand your pain. I know you feel helpless in the face of the looming terror of the weirdness. Camelot has abandoned us, brothers. For years, they've given us no aid. All they do is take our resources, send us to senseless slaughter, and keep us in the dark. Camelot doesn't see us as equals. They've forgotten Sewal Firstfoot's legacy and the promise King Arthur made to us. We were meant to stand as equals. We were meant to be just as powerful as them. And all this time, do you know what they've done to the founder of the Horns of the South? For over 600 years, Sewal has been alive, forgotten by King Arthur and all of Camelot. You don't have to take my word for it. Sewal's tomb is open. Go and see for yourselves. I say, enough. Enough of being fed a rotten myth that turned out to be one great lie. We swore loyalty to the torturers of one of the noblest knights to ever walk Avalon. I say, enough. We will no longer honour an oath made to dishonourable people. We won't let ourselves be exploited any longer. But, my brothers, I bring news. Galahad the Pure, the same Galahad who threatened to burn half our garrison at the stake, is dead. Galahad's death is our chance to break free from Camelot. Enough lies. No more risking everything for those who only know how to take. You're probably wondering, how can we protect the South on our own? How can we defend ourselves when Camelot comes to reclaim their slaves? Yes, that's what we are to them. I know the lockdown of the fortress surprised you, and for that, I truly apologise, but it was necessary to keep you from attacking our new allies, the Del Rita tribes, led by One Eye.
I know, my brothers, I know. This must be a shock, especially since I didn't share my plans with you earlier. But hear me out. Thanks to this alliance between the Horns of the South and the Dalriada tribes, we are securing the safety of the South and our independence from Camelot.
The tribes will provide us with the military support our depleted ranks desperately need. The tribes will help us rid the South of the bandits who've plagued our people for years. Together, we'll share knowledge and resources to ensure a better future for all Southerners.
We will not drain your resources. In fact, we'll replenish your armories and fill your pantries. We'll stand together, fighting side by side to bring peace and order back to the South. In return, all we ask is your loyalty. If you see a brother from the Dalriada fighting the Camelotian, stand with our brother. That's all.
Of course, if anyone isn't in favour of this alliance, you have the right to leave the service. I declare a new era for the Horns of the South. Those who don't wish to help build this future are released from their oaths. To those who choose to stay, I promise a good life, and you won't face any more threats. Now, brothers, return to your duties and rest easy. The Horns of the South will endure, and soon we'll be stronger than ever before.
Well, there was some clipping going on, as you could tell. That wasn't a smooth transaction of that speech that he decided to, do. What's up there? You don't want to talk? Fine. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. All right, yeah. Well, what if he don't? We're gonna have to kill him? Fine. Let's go kill him. If he doesn't tell me the secret, I'm gonna kill him. I don't care. The game's gonna take a major twist.
An honest matter. What do you need? Ah, right. See, the problem with Excalibur, or indeed any of King Arthur's blades, is that you need to prove you're worthy of wielding it. How are you supposed to do that? Hell knows. But if the pin that secured your entry to the horns has led you here, I think I know what the one who gave it to you might have been thinking. You see, there are many different legends. According to one of them, there are a few places on Avalon where you can prove yourself worthy, whatever that means. And one of those places, as you can probably guess, is nearby. Have you seen the old gong in the sunken village? Well, many years ago, when people still went to the woods for a shit instead of using a privy, it was part of a certain ritual. Only the people who passed the ritual could become keepers. Well, none of the living keepers were recruited that way, so we don't really know what happens during the ritual. That's why Galahad now appoints keepers and the captain chooses them. It's just safer that way. I only know that you need to sound the gong and then lie down to sleep at its base. If you wake up, I mean, when you wake up again in the morning, you'll know you've been deemed worthy. Unfortunately, the gong is broken, so first, you'll need to find a way to fix it. And since it's made of weird steel, that's not going to be easy, is it? Fortunately, Oshbrit should be able to help you. A little bird told me he likes to play with weird steel when nobody's looking. Just tell him I sent you, and he won't give you any trouble.
Oh boy.
Well, I'm not going to lie. From what I've heard, many people never woke up. They fell into eternal slumber, so well, that's why we abandoned the tradition. And those who woke up were changed, and none of them ever wanted to say exactly what happened there. Well, of course they tried. It turns out that the keepers who passed the ritual could hold it longer than anyone else. Maybe it'll be enough for what you need, and maybe something entirely different will happen. It's your risk and your decision. Then you'll have to find someone smarter than me, because I already told you everything I know. Go, and may the southern wind be in your favor. If you need anything from the old captain, you know where to find me.
Oh, you just appointed yourself captain? Hey, I want that. I need that weird stone. Steel. Well.
Riordan's back, and with the Dalrita, no less. Bold move. Let's hope he knows what he's doing, or the keep's going to be in for one hell of a mess.
Why would you want to fix it? Do you even know what it is?
Take some advice from an old man. If there's a giant, ancient statue that somebody tried to turn to dust, they must have had a good reason for it.
Well, if you put it that way, then I suppose I have to tell you the truth. Otherwise, the terror from the sea will bite me in the ass while I bathe.
Of course I can fix it. I've been doing this kind of thing since I could swing a hammer. It's a skill we pass down from master to apprentice, generation to generation. Nothing fancy, just good old blacksmithing. Obviously, though, you'd have to bring me a couple things so that I can actually do it. How did you, Oh, forget it. I don't even want to know. Just give me a moment.
Here. That should do it. Do whatever you need to, if you're really sure about this. But please try to come back alive.
I have nothing to tell you. I could try to talk you out of it, but I'm guessing that wouldn't work.
Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. I thought we were supposed to sleep. Nobody said anything about getting eaten. Right? No one said anything about getting eaten. Ooh.
Who dares disturb my peace? You made an oath never to summon me again.
No, I didn't. I didn't make... Who are you? I didn't make an oath with nobody.
Excalibur. Wait. Is it really you? You, who come from a time beyond. Show yourself before me.
Yeah, do I know you?
It seems he speaks to me. Allow me to answer him.
Welcome, old friend.
I can see that you know me, but I am a mere shadow of my true self. I don't remember you, Lord of the Seas. Forgive me.
That's what you told me, my friend. The next time we see each other, you will not remember me. But you are here now. The will and the power led you back to this place. Even in this incomplete form.
Where should I look for myself? I wish to restore Avalon to its former glory, yet I don't know how.
Avalon's fate has never rested upon one person alone, not even one as great as King Arthur. Yet here you are, trying again, restless and eager to take the responsibility again. I salute you, my friend.
Tell me what I must do to be worthy to lead Avalon once more. I do not think I have the strength.
Your path is true. Seek wholeness, and Avalon will reveal what it needs from you. And yes, you need to touch Excalibur.
Thank you, my friend.
And you, mortal. You have given yourself to the King's service. You are worthy of a place among the Keepers of the South.
Arthur, take out your sword and fear no failure. It is yours to take. It always was. I deem you worthy, my friend. The promise I gave thy mother is fulfilled, and thus our pact is ended. You know where to look for your soul. Trust yourself. And when you reach your journey's end, I trust you will make the right choice.
Okay. Well, that was interesting.
Yes, it seems we knew each other well during the war. And this proves that I sought allies beyond our own forces. And I trusted him enough to carry the knowledge of Excalibur. This must count for something.
That's it? That's it? I was honestly expecting a little more.
It's nice to have a break.
What's my quest? Okay. Pull out. Oh, we're back here again. Did I die? Did you see my health? Like, my health was like... Dude, we're back here again. Guess we'll follow a little mist.
I am his will, the fire that bends the world to his command. I am the blade that shapes kings and shatters tyrants.
Wait, what? Now what? There's like glowing stuff and blood and goo.
Enough, Merlin. You can't keep throwing lives into this abyss. These experiments, they're destroying what remains of us.
Destroying us? They're what's keeping us alive. Do you think the Four Dwellers will stop for pity or mercy? Every soul we lose here saves 10 more on the battlefield. You told me to do this. You sanctioned this. And I'm close to getting it right. I know it.
No, we can't justify this. There's no victory worth such a cost.
You know full well, Arthur, that this isn't about victory. It's about survival. If we don't push these boundaries, there will be no future for your kingdom, for Avalon. You dream of peace, but without victory, there will be no peace to dream of. The path ahead is brutal, but if we relent now, we lose everything.
And yet we keep losing people and gaining nothing in return. We must change the path.
They volunteered for this.
They volunteered to save our kingdom, and you've gotten no closer to doing it. Their sacrifices cannot be in vain, Merlin. Find another way. Use your mind, your wisdom. Leave this slaughterhouse you've created behind.
A different way. That will take time, and resources we may not have. The enemy won't wait.
They will if I make them. Whatever it takes, I will buy you that time. Find me a weapon that wins this war without annihilating what we fight to protect.
Whatever it takes.
Yes. Let it be known that it was my decision, and I will bear the consequences of it.
Oh no, my king. People can never know. It was all my idea, and you knew nothing about it. All of us have our role to play. You are the leader, and they need to love you. If we win, you need to become more than a man. You need to become a symbol.
Oh, I'm gonna have to watch that again, because wow. You have gathered a new fragment of Arthur's soul, unlocking its hidden potential. Open the menu to explore the King's Soul skill tree, or visit Bonfire, develop new abilities.
Merlin saw Avalon for what it was long before the rest of us. He told me that Tintagel wouldn't hold, not forever. That the weirdness would gnaw at our walls, at our minds, at our very bones, until nothing human remained. But he still fought to map a way forward, to carve some sense into this land. And in the end, the land swallowed him whole anyway. We were losing the battle at Tuathan's mouth, our last push before the weirdness took the field. Merlin was with us, bleeding, exhausted, but still weaving his spells. Then it came. Not a beast, not a man, not something we ever had words for. A shadow, wearing 1,000 torn banners, moving like it had no shape of its own. Merlin raised his staff, spoke a name I didn't recognize. And then he was gone. Not killed, not struck down, just gone. Like the land itself had taken him back.
Wow. Uh-oh, what we got here? When using King's Soul, time slows down around you. Killing enemies Restores a portion of King Arthur's soul. Okie dokie.
Now, I remember. Before you judge me, it all seems so obvious now, doesn't it? The right thing to do. It wasn't back then, and you can trust me on that. We were on the brink of losing the war, and wars aren't won with wishful thinking. There was no clean path, no noble answer. Only the weight of reality pressing down on our necks. Something had to be done, or everything we fought for would have been in vain. And in the end, the ones who stepped forward, who chose to pay the price, made it possible. And their deaths gave Merlin the knowledge he needed to finish his work. To find something that could really turn the tide in our favor. Justified? No. Justification is for those who have the luxury of doubt. And I had a kingdom to save. They were brave men who volunteered their lives, just as they did every time we rode onto the battlefield. The difference was that if Merlin succeeded, one man's sacrifice could have saved us all, could have ended the war before more blood was spilled. If sacrificing a few meant the survival of all, then there was no choice at all. Maybe they never saw justice. Maybe their real stories were erased from history. Call it cruelty. Call it madness. But if I'd done nothing, there would be no Avalon left to argue over. But the kingdom still stands. The people live. And that has to mean something. I did. But this wasn't about pride. It wasn't about saving face. It was about survival. The truth about all this would have broken my people. I couldn't allow that. And a king doesn't get to flinch. If that meant carrying the weight alone, so be it. I would make that choice again if I had to. I told him to stop the experiments on our men, but to keep going. And he did. He started experimenting on the Four Dwellers, the enemy. If their bodies could be broken down, their power turned against them, wasn't that their own doing? Wasn't that fair? So he figured out how to twist the Four Dwellers' power into something we could wield. I told him to conquer the weirdness. And in the end, he did.
Yeah, what?
He found a way to make me stronger. Stronger than any man had the right to be. It wasn't just magic. It was something deeper, older. A force that reshaped me. And with it, we won. The war ended. Avalon was ours. The bloodshed stopped. The banners were raised. And the kingdom stood safe. That's the question, isn't it? I keep thinking about Sewal. He was ready to pay the ultimate price for what we were fighting for. And I thought he did. I grieved him. Told myself his sacrifice had meaning, that he had given his life for Avalon. And now, after all these years, finding him like this, I told myself I carried the weight of my choices. But seeing him, I wonder if I ever truly did.
You've got that look again, like you've seen something. Another piece of the king's soul reclaimed, right? What did it show you this time? Merlin. Ah, Merlin and his obsession with the weirdness. The king thought it could save us. Merlin thought it could be controlled. Together, they were willing to tear the world apart to win. I was a prototype for Merlin's latest idea, immortality. Me and Sewal, the king's loyal pawns. Used and discarded when they found a better way. When they decided to go even deeper into their madness and turn our king into a monster. Sewal was Merlin's first attempt. I was the last. We could say I was lucky, but to say that would take a truly macabre sense of humor, don't you think? Even if he didn't, he should have. He was desperate to win, and desperation doesn't leave room for conscience. Every scream, every scar, even if he didn't see it, he allowed it. That's as good as approving it. Fight back. Against who? Merlin? The king? You don't fight gods when you're just a pawn on their board. You endure. You wait. And when the time comes, you either break, or you're left to clean up their mess. That's what I do. What I've always done. Of course he'd say that. There's always a scapegoat and a convenient excuse for men like him. But it doesn't absolve him. Not when he was the one who unleashed this madness on all of us. He wanted victory, no matter the cost. And when you want something that badly, you stop looking too closely at what's being done in your name. And, after all, who said we were supposed to win this war? Who said we were supposed to survive? The monsters, the weirdness, the chaos, all of it leads back to them. We're left in the ruins of their grand plans, trying to uphold their ideals, fighting for what never was. It's time to bury all these fairy tales in a well-deserved grave. And that's what I do. You've seen what they did. What he did. And that's not the end of the story. It's not the extent of their sins. Find the pieces of his soul. Put him back together, if that's what it takes. And then we, or I alone, if you decide to defy me, can end the cycle. Either way, we will get to his resurrection. I've seen it too many times to believe the cycle will be broken before it happens. But know this. Once he's whole, Arthur's power, his mistakes, and his madness will all return. And when that moment comes, I'll be there. Whether to stand with you or step over you. The choice is yours. Just remember that when that happens, and you stand by his side, there won't be room for both of you. Start. You've already started. But if you want the next piece, head to Kunacht. The menhir there is failing, the weirdness swallowing what's left of the village. You will need to find another artifact. The shield our king gave to Palamedes. He was one of the king's finest, a voice of reason amidst the madness. But it didn't save him or his legacy from what they had coming. Find the shield, and then, well, we will meet again. We'll see if your perspective changes.
Alright, we're gonna come over here and... Oh, we already have a fire.
It was supposed to be a reminder. The sword was never just steel. It was a symbol of what we stood for. Strength, justice, the will to carve a path forward. A weapon, yes, but also a promise. I wanted them to remember, to fight for those ideals, to uphold them, even when I was gone, even when there was no king left to lead them.
Alright, we're gonna come over here to our kind of favorite little spot to save the game. And we'll save it right there. And we'll pick it up next time from right here. Until next time, thanks for watching and have a good night.